Are you feeling the weight of silence after years of bustling activity? For millions of retirees, the transition from a structured work life to the open ended days of retirement can feel like stepping into uncharted territory. Many find themselves unexpectedly wrestling with loneliness, a silent companion that wasn't part of their retirement dreams. But here's the good news: you're not alone in this journey. There's timeless wisdom waiting to guide you through these challenging moments. In today's discussion, we'll explore 5 powerful Bible verses specifically chosen to comfort and strengthen those navigating loneliness after retirement. These aren't just words on a page, they're lifelines of hope and purpose that have sustained countless generations before us. Whether you're listening while sipping your morning coffee or reflecting during a quiet afternoon, these scriptures will speak directly to your heart. Before we plunge in, I want to invite you to join our growing community of seniors finding renewed purpose and connection. Simply click the subscribe button to receive weekly inspiration straight to your inbox. And if you find these words helpful, please share them with friends who might need encouragement too. Your simple action could brighten someone's day. Together, let's create a network of support and spiritual growth. Now, let's begin our journey with the first verse that speaks directly to feeling alone. The Lord is close to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit. Psalm 34:18. This verse carries profound significance for anyone experiencing loneliness after retirement. When the familiar rhythm of daily work disappears and social connections seem to fade, it's easy to feel forgotten or abandoned. Yet this scripture reminds us that God specializes in meeting us exactly where we hurt most. The original Hebrew text uses the word karov, meaning exceptionally near, not just nearby, but intimately close to those who are hurting. Stories abound of individuals who rediscovered this verse during their retirement years, finding solace in its promise of divine nearness. Many describe waking up each morning to an empty house and wondering if anyone would notice if they didn't get out of bed. It was during such times that they realized God wasn't waiting for them to pull themselves together. He was already there, closer than their next breath. The phrase, crushed in spirit, particularly resonates with many retirees who face not just loneliness, but also the loss of identity and purpose. Our modern world often measures worth by productivity, making the transition to retirement especially challenging. This verse assures us that our value isn't diminished by our current circumstances. God sees our pain and responds with His presence. As we reflect on this truth, remember that sharing your struggles isn't a sign of weakness, but an opportunity for divine comfort. If you know someone feeling isolated after retirement, why not reach out today? Sometimes, simply knowing someone cares can make all the difference. Speaking of making connections, take a moment right now to like this message. It helps others discover this source of comfort too. Now let's move to our second verse that promises unwavering companionship. Even though I walk through the darkest valley, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. Psalm 23, verse 4. These words from David's famous psalm offer more than poetic beauty. They present a practical promise for those traversing the unfamiliar landscape of post-retirement life. The imagery of walking through valleys, rather than remaining stuck in them, provides crucial perspective. Retirement can feel like descending into darkness as regular social interactions diminish and long-standing routines disappear. What makes this verse particularly powerful is its emphasis on presence over protection. Notice it doesn't promise an absence of dark valleys, but guarantees divine company while navigating them. The Hebrew word imadi, translated as with me, suggests immediate and intimate presence, the kind of closeness that banishes fear. Many retirees have shared how they battled overwhelming anxiety after leaving their careers behind. Facing evenings alone in a way they never had before, they began keeping Psalm 23, verse 4 close at hand, reading it aloud each evening. Slowly, they discovered that while their circumstances hadn't changed, their perspective had. The awareness of God's presence transformed their lonely nights into times of peace. The mention of rod and staff carries deep significance for retirees. In biblical times, shepherds used these tools both for protection and guidance. For those adjusting to life after retirement, This imagery reminds us that God provides both safety and direction during uncertain times. Perhaps you've been considering joining a new group or trying an unfamiliar activity. This verse encourages taking those steps, knowing you're not venturing alone. If you're finding comfort in these words, please consider sharing this message with others who might benefit. Your simple act of sharing could be the lifeline someone needs today. Let's continue building this community of support as we explore our third verse about lasting friendship. A friend loves at all times, and a brother is born for adversity. Proverbs 17:17. While retirement often brings anticipated freedom, it can simultaneously challenge our social connections. Friendships forged in workplace settings may naturally drift apart when daily interactions cease. Family members, busy with their own lives, might not fully understand the depth of loneliness their retired loved ones experience. This proverb addresses both the quality of true friendship and the importance of intentional relationships during life's transitions. The Hebrew word ohev, translated as loves, implies active, steadfast affection, not passive or circumstantial fondness. True companionship isn't defined by convenience, but by commitment. Retirees who initially struggled with isolation often find that joining local groups or organizations helps cultivate friendships that transcend mere acquaintanceship over time. The second part of this verse, a brother is born for adversity, carries special relevance for retirees. As we age, our circle of meaningful relationships naturally narrows. However, these remaining connections often deepen through shared experiences and mutual support. Widows and widowers, for example, frequently form bonds that exemplify how adversity can birth genuine brotherhood or sisterhood in unexpected ways. For those feeling disconnected after retirement, this verse serves as both encouragement and challenge. While cultivating new friendships may require stepping outside comfort zones, the rewards far outweigh initial hesitation. Local churches, community centers, and volunteer organizations often provide excellent opportunities to build these vital connections. If you're inspired by the power of meaningful relationships, help spread this message of hope. Click the share button to let others know they can find authentic friendship even in retirement. Now, let's explore our fourth verse that addresses finding purpose in this new season of life. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you hope and a future. Jeremiah 29 verse 11. Retirement marks a significant transition point where many struggle to redefine their sense of purpose. After decades of defining oneself through professional achievements, the sudden cessation of work-related responsibilities can leave a profound void. This well-known verse offers more than general comfort. It provides specific assurance that God's plans extend beyond our working years. The Hebrew word machashaba, translated as plans, actually means thoughtful, deliberate designs, not random or haphazard ideas. For retirees, this distinction matters greatly. It suggests that this stage of life isn't merely an extension of previous years, but a unique phase with its own divine architecture. Countless retirees have discovered new passions and purposes after leaving their careers behind. Some find fulfillment in volunteering, mentoring younger generations, or pursuing long-delayed hobbies. Jeremiah 29:11 becomes an anchor verse during this transformation, reminding them that God's plans include purposeful activity even in retirement. The promise of hope and a future takes on special significance for older adults. Modern society often marginalizes seniors, suggesting their best years are behind them. This verse directly contradicts that narrative, affirming that every stage of life holds potential for meaningful contribution and growth. Whether through mentoring younger generations, pursuing long-delayed hobbies, or serving in community outreach, retirees possess invaluable wisdom and experience to share. If this message resonates with you, please help amplify it by subscribing to our channel. Each week, we explore practical ways to live out God's purpose in retirement. Your subscription helps ensure this encouragement reaches those who need it most. Now, let's conclude with a verse that transforms our understanding of solitude. I have told you these things so that in me you may have peace. In this world you will have trouble, but take heart. I have overcome the world. John 16:33. While retirement often brings anticipated blessings, it can also usher in unexpected challenges, from health concerns to social isolation. This verse from Jesus' farewell discourse to his disciples offers profound comfort to those navigating life's later chapters. Rather than promising an absence of difficulties, Christ acknowledges the reality of trouble while offering supernatural peace. The Greek word thlipsis, translated as trouble, encompasses various forms of pressure and distress. For retirees, this might manifest as feelings of irrelevance, physical limitations, or the loss of longtime friends. Yet within this honest acknowledgement lies incredible hope, the promise of peace that transcends circumstances. Many seniors have testified to experiencing remarkable demonstrations of this peace. Despite losing mobility or most of their contemporaries, they radiate joy that puzzles visitors. They explain how John 16:33 became their daily mantra, transforming solitary hours into sacred moments of communion with God. Their circumstances hadn't changed, but their perspective had. They viewed their alone time not as abandonment, but as appointment with the one who overcame the world. The command to take heart carries particular significance for those feeling overwhelmed by retirement's challenges. The original Greek tharsos implies courage infused with confidence, not mere optimism, but substantive hope based on Christ's victory. This assurance enables retirees to face each day with renewed purpose, knowing their struggles don't define them. Christ's triumph does. As we conclude this exploration of biblical comfort for loneliness after retirement, I want to personally invite you to join our growing community of faith-filled seniors. By clicking the like button, you're not just acknowledging helpful content, you're helping create a network of support that spans generations. Please consider sharing this message with friends who might need encouragement today. Together, we can transform loneliness into meaningful connection and purposeful living. Remember, your retirement years can be some of your most fulfilling, filled with divine purpose, lasting friendships, and abiding peace.